Breastfeeding is the most natural way to feed our babies, but it definitely doesn't always feel that way. When I was a newly breastfeeding mama, there were some mistakes that I made that didn't really help my breastfeeding experience that I want to help you avoid. Hopefully, in sharing these 5 things, you'll be able to stress less, enjoy your breastfeeding journey more, and feel confident in your ability to nourish your baby. I'm Bridget Tyler. I'm a childbirth educator and a breastfeeding specialist and a doula, and I love equipping parents with information to empower them in every stage of pregnancy, birth, and beyond. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and then hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos that come your way. So the first mistake that I made along my breastfeeding journey was allowing for shallow latches at the beginning. In order for breastfeeding to be successful, your baby needs to achieve a deep latch. This enables them to adequately pull milk from the breast to satisfy them while also making sure that your milk supply is being well established. Not only that, but a deep latch is critical to comfort for mama when nursing. However, when you're just starting off nursing, you can tolerate a lot more, which is why mamas, myself included, can handle shallow latches initially, but then they quickly come and bite you in the butt and cause a lot of pain and other breastfeeding challenges. From the get-go, practice getting as deep of a latch as possible, even if it means you have to unlatch your baby from the breast several times before you get a great latch. Some things to look for in a good latch are flanged fish lips around the areola, not just the nipple, no clicking sounds from baby or dribbling milk from the sides of baby's mouth, baby is tummy to tummy with mama, and no pain on the nipple for mama as the feed progresses. Pain in the first 30 seconds or so of the feed is pretty normal. I have a video that you can check out up here about getting an amazing latch. The second mistake was timing feeds. Now, this isn't always a bad thing to do depending on how you're doing it. When I was nursing my daughter, I timed feeds to make sure she'd nurse for 5 to 10 minutes before switching sides. And I know that sounds like hardly any time at all, but I had a really fast letdown and my daughter ate super fast. However, I likely wasn't giving her sufficient time to empty each breast with that amount of time. The best way to make sure you're efficiently draining the breast to optimize your milk supply and baby's nourishment is to let them nurse until their swallows are not as frequent or they start getting a little bit restless, and then offer them the other breast. Changing sides or cutting them off simply because their time is up is not a good way to encourage a healthy breastfeeding journey. Breast milk actually has 2 parts. It has foremilk and hindmilk. Hindmilk is released more as baby empties the breast and is an important part of their nourishment. Now, for myself and for other mamas I work with, timing feeds can create a sense of control and can help you feel a little bit more organized. So you can time your feeds, but time them based on your baby's eating. Don't base your baby's eating on time. Basically, don't force them to switch sides or finish eating if they don't seem done yet. The next mistake was feeling pressure to wait till feeding time to feed my baby, and this sort of played into timing my feeds. Lots of baby schedules out there have babies eating around every 3 hours, and I definitely felt that pressure to have my first baby eat as close to that schedule as possible. And that pressure is just so unnecessary and can cause stress on mama and baby, and it can negatively impact milk supply. When breastfeeding, especially in the beginning, it's best to feed on demand, not on a schedule. Babies like to nurse for hunger, thirst, comfort, even entertainment. And while adults generally like to work on a schedule, babies do not. For my second baby, I did not worry about any timed feedings or schedules, and I had so much more freedom to respond to my baby the way I wanted or needed to. The fourth mistake I made as a first-time breastfeeding mama was pumping too early on. Honestly, there was no reason for me to pump at all since I was always around my baby and I could exclusively breastfeed all the time. But because I thought I needed a freezer stash and because I was insecure about how much I was producing, I pumped. But because I was an overproducer already, I just kept making too much milk and I kept dealing with engorgement, which is funny since, as I mentioned, I was worried that I wasn't making enough milk. In general, you want to avoid pumping for the first 6 weeks postpartum to allow your milk to regulate on its own. If you're going to be away from your baby, like you're going back to work, you generally want to start pumping about a month before being away from them to start building a supply. So that may mean pumping before that 6-week mark. If you do need to pump at any point in your breastfeeding journey, I have videos for you to check out that are linked in the description below. For my second baby, I just used the Haka. I never really used the electric breast pump, and that was just so much better for our individualized needs and our breastfeeding journey. And my last mistake as a first-time breastfeeding mama is not doing more skin to skin. Now, this isn't necessarily a mistake per se, but it's something that I should have or wish I had done much more of. Skin to skin is so beneficial for a successful breastfeeding journey, for a healthy microbiome for baby, a more regulated nervous system for baby, and for maternal-infant bonding. When mama and baby are together, undress that baby and bring them to your bare chest. Baby can do this with mom or dad, and doing skin to skin with their parents actually helps diversify baby's microbiome, which helps them build a strong immune system. It's so important. A lot of the mistakes I made were because I didn't go into my breastfeeding experience equipped with a lot of knowledge. I totally trusted in my ability to breastfeed, and I always knew that I would breastfeed without a shred of doubt in my mind, and that was really what drove my perseverance. But I have a breastfeeding course that I made to help equip you with knowledge and resources to help you confidently navigate this season with your baby and not have to deal with the questions and what ifs. This course is linked down below. I hope this video has given you an idea of what you can do differently in your own breastfeeding journey to make it a more positive and long-lasting one. And I want to encourage you that no matter how challenging it might feel in the moment, mama, persevering and getting the support you need to get through the challenges is so worth it in the end. So thanks for being with me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.